Is day 28 on Road to a Million. I was going to practice a pitch for the yoga studios. I figured this would be better use of my time, so essentially that's what I'm going to be doing. Today, quite a productive day so far, and it's only 6 right now, so probably going to do this, make some dinner. Maybe I'll watch a movie, maybe I'll watch a show, maybe I'll just watch a video on YouTube, or I'll get back to this. I'm going to be bouncing around with that. Essentially, what I did today was I outlined I was answering some objections that I've run into over the past couple of weeks with the people that I've been talking with. Because what I've been doing essentially is I've been running just this specific pitch or this specific idea around strangers. So, like, as I was telling, I believe on day 23 ish, 24 or so, after the anime convention that I went to, like, I was running pitches to those specific individuals, asking them what their thoughts were, their ideas of like marketing or like doing one-on-one brand consulting of some sort. So I wanted to run those by those people, and then I keep running into other strangers as well, and I'm running into like objections, and I'm realizing that, like, okay, I need to figure out how to overcome this objection. Once I figure out how to overcome that objection, it'll be like it's smooth sailing from that point forward. So that's essentially like what I did today was like I just created a list of around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 objections that I have been hearing from these other people and how I'd respond with them. And then a lot of it just comes down to asking the right question or asking a question in general to the response, and then giving a story or some sort of explanation as to how this will benefit you in the long run if you're willing to move forward with it. It's any normal sales strategy that I like using. And that's why I've started to shift and pivot the direction of what I'm going to be doing for the yoga studios that I'm going to be reaching out to and the clients that I'm going to be consulting with. Instead, it was like, okay, let's do like affiliate marketing and Facebook ads and like all this other stuff to be able to help you get more yogis into the door. Since I have never personally experienced or done like affiliate marketing myself, like I don't have a big expertise in that. I understand and I have the information and the knowledge to be able to like back up what I'm talking about. The thing that I am good at and the thing that I do know is sales. Like I do understand how to close deals. I do know how to have conversations. I do know how to ask the right questions. So essentially what I'm thinking my like free offer is going to be is it's still going to be like, okay, let's figure out how we can get more yogis in the door by using your existing client base so you're not having to say do any sort of paid advertisement, at least not to begin with. We can get into more paid ads if you want to, because like I'm going to be running paid ads myself. Understanding that to be able to acquire some of the clients and customers along with doing some cold outreach. So I have a different, like 2 different methods that I'm wanting to discuss. And that's why I also took a course on like the cold outreach from Alex Hormozy, and essentially why I was taking another course from this guy, Neil Mack, and paid $150 for this course. Like I wasn't expecting to get much out of it, but like just the first presentation that he gave within this was something that I was like, wow, I didn't actually think about that for being able to get coaching clients. So I thought I had all these answers. I thought I had all these like, oh, I know what I have to do. I know how to get these things. I'm starting to realize it's like there's still a lot more for me to learn, which I absolutely love. And that's why it's like I'm going to continue to build this. I'm going to continue to grow this into something that's actually going to be something that's worthwhile. And that's why it's like I'm trying to think of like this best thing or the specific like essentially the question that I was asked was like, what is people in your market doing that they're charging for and you can do that for free? Because then at that time, it's like they already know that this costs somebody else money, and yet Caleb's giving it out for free to help us grow. So I'm trying to wrap my head around like what I can give out for free that other people in my niche are doing. And that probably will involve me looking at, say, other yoga studios, other yoga consultants. It's just from the the small bit of research that I did do, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of yoga consultants out there. So what I'm wondering is maybe instead of me doing like focusing on like the yoga consultants, maybe I see what other coaches and consultants are giving to their people and then kind of duplicate or give something out like that for free. So it's like essentially this guy's training that I'm going to be going through is like maybe what I essentially do, just an idea, is, and it's the same thing with like the Alex Hormozy course as well too, is like use what he's doing and use what he's talking about. And same thing with Neil and like Dan Mack, the other writing course that I did, or like Dr. K from Healthy Gamer, like do what they did in their courses, but tweak it just a little bit to be my own specific thing. Because as I started out, like when I think I said this in maybe day 6 or 7 or something like that, where it's just like everything felt the same when I first got into this community. And that's why when I read the thing by Dan Coe, where it's like you need to immerse yourself in this culture, essentially that's what I did. So I started to think and believe that it's like, oh, everybody just knows these things because this is what I know. And after going to like the anime convention, after talking with other people that have social medias or wanting to grow on social media, like they don't know any of this stuff. They don't have this information that I have inside of my head. And that's where that belief that I ended up, I guess, breaking essentially was like, why would somebody hire somebody that doesn't have that exact expertise in the field or hasn't had the proven records to do what they want to do? And the difference between me and them is like I do have a proven record of knowing like how beneficial yoga is, one for the mind, and two, like meditation is fantastic, and then like helps out with the mind, helps out with the body, helps out with everything along with any sort of fitness. Like I was at 180 pounds a couple months ago and now I'm back down to 170. So it's like I understand how to grow and evolve the body. I do it in a much different way than a lot of other people do. And then I also have a business background and sales background, more sales background than business. Like I learn about business, to understand how business works, I would say, at least a decent amount. Like there's still tons for me to learn in both fields. Actually in every field, in any endeavor. But yeah, so it's like, let me go towards the thing that I do believe in. And that's why like, I like the reference of like me hiring, and I talked about this just the other day as well too, is like me going through and being like, okay, I want to have a personal trainer that looks like me or like has the same build as me. And I've started to realize that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. Like the guy that I worked out with, like he was able to help me get up to 405, 425 on my squat, 500 on my deadlift, and 300 on my bench. And he didn't have the same build as me, but he had the information in his head that helped me get to that point. Whereas it was the same thing with one of the trainers that I hired back in Grand Junction as well. Like he was a much bigger, stockier guy. He didn't have the same like build as me, but he was he understood how to push my body beyond the limit. And I think that's what any good coach does, is they focus more on the results. They focus more on what like the specific person has, a specific trait or characteristic. Let me help them get to this point when they're right here. So it's like I have knowledge up here on business, sales, marketing, mindfulness, fitness, whereas other people just getting started out have it down here. So it's like all I really have to do, and that's why I wish I still had the book. I don't know where it went. It was a book by Russell Brunson. It's called Expert Secrets, and it's just like all I have to do is just be just like this much. Like so, like here and here, like all I'm doing is helping this person. My computer just shut off. Just want to make sure that I'm still recording. Forget my Mac falls asleep. So all I want to do. Okay. All I want to do is be able to help somebody get from this point down here up here. So like I have the steps required to help them get to those two places. And that just takes it's a matter of self-reflection, it's time, it's just experience, it's knowledge, and knowledge is what I have. Knowledge is what I can share, and those are the things that I figure I might as well share in the best ways that I know how. And since what I know how to is like, I understand how to read, like I know how to reflect, I know how to have understandings in ways that maybe most people don't. So I'm working on trying to figure out like, and not even figure out, but I want to make sure that it's as easily understandable to like a child. And that's why, like I was talking about the other day, is like using the meditation technique where it's like, okay, if I was paralyzed from the waist down, the neck down, how would I convey the information that I have to somebody that is just getting started? It's like, how can I get like a toddler to understand what I'm talking about? Because a lot of the stuff that I have talked about is very high level. And that's my own fault. That's my own doing, because I just thought everybody had the same understanding of it as me in certain aspects, and that's not necessarily the case. And I think that helps and ties back into the fact that it's like I identify as a smart kid. I identify as a smart man. So it's me having to let that aspect of myself go and realize that like I don't know as much as like I can sometimes overcomplicate things, and I just need to keep it simple, baseline, just give the bare bones answer essentially, and then like we can go more in depth with time. But like we have to get you at least started and in the door. Once you're in the door, then we can move up from there. It's just a matter of getting you in the door. Once you're in the door, there's all these other things that I can help you out with. I can help you out with sales strategies. I can help you out with mindfulness. I can help you out with your fitness, your exercise. Like I can help you out with all these other ways of making money or whatever it may be. So that's why it's like I probably would, I don't know, like this is the tough part, because like I have a pre-existing fan base, quote unquote fan base, like people that follow me and sub to me on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, I don't even have my login anymore, so I can't really get onto there. But like they subscribed to me for like the anime content that I did, but it's just like those people, I don't know how much they actually want to do self-improvement. So it's like I have to shift or pivot to either like, that's why I was essentially targeting or wanting like going to be targeting the yoga studios, is because like I understand yoga, I understand sales, and I understand how to get people in the door. Like that much I do understand, because I was able to close $720,000 worth of deals within a single month. So if I can do that for a different company that has the right amount of leads, and if you guys don't have leads, then I'll help you get leads, or at least help you find new ways to get more leads. But I feel like we can already use your existing client base of yogis that are already coming to the studio and help them like go to online businesses, help them go up to this next level. Like we can help them go to other places, help them get into one-on-one classes, or help them upgrade their yoga mat or their towel or their gear, whatever it may be, and give them different options for why yoga is so beneficial. Help them get introduced to like a course on meditation or on sound bowls or just on mindful walking, mindful breathing, like really anything that has to do with the mind, like, and just understand why people do yoga to begin with and educating them on that front. So it's like I can help out with that. It's a matter of like, it's not even a matter of anything. It's just, are you willing to give it a try? Are you willing to allow me to do what I need to do? Because I'm not asking for like any cash up front. If you want to give cash up front, that's awesome. If not, like I prefer having cash up front, just because then you have more skin in the game, and then I can return, and you have a guarantee of like no questions asked. If you don't think that I provided the value that I said I was going to, you get the money back, no questions asked. And then the other option is like you can pay at the end of the 30 days if you really want to. If you feel like it was valuable, because I also do need to like pay my bills and live my life and actually make sure that I can actually survive and like eat essentially. So if you guys want to do that, like that's cool as well. I know my tactics, I know my strategies, I know they work because I've been able to see it firsthand. And if I've been able to see it firsthand, I know that they'll work for you as well too. And if they're working for both of us, then like we're both prospering. And that's why like in other videos that I've done on talking about like how to essentially grow your yoga community and how to get more people involved in yoga, involved in your community essentially. It's a you just use your existing client base. Like it's really quite that simple. You want to use them, and then you want to not even, I guess, use them, but like allow for them to use their influence. And that's why like you can do certain things on your specific, like if you have social media, you can ask them like, hey, what they enjoyed. You could do like, hey, free promo for anybody that's new to town. Like there's all these different things that you can do for your community, for like the yogis that are wanting to come in. You can even create a Facebook group if you don't already have one, to be able to get more people in, and then they can have conversations. I was talking with a friend the other day, and she was talking about how like the place she does yoga at, they go out and like they do dinner and drinks after the class is over. So it's like building up a community, because a lot of people they just want to feel connected with it and everybody else. And every yoga studio that I've gone to, I've always really practiced hot yoga. So afterwards, like we didn't really do drinks or coffee all that much, but that's a nice way to get some more people into the door and help them find and make new relationships, especially for people that are new to town or wanting to make new friends, because a lot of people are moving all over the place and a lot of people are disconnected. So having that as a regard to, I guess, help other people out is very beneficial. And yeah, like I guess it's just a matter of what are you willing to do to be able to get to that point. And if you can do the thing that you need to do, then you might as well do it. If you can't do it, then figure out a way to make it happen. And that's where the questions come in of like, how much work am I willing to put in? Like, do I want to do lots of work to be able to have a higher return, or do I want to do a little bit of work to have a lower return? I've always been under the impression, like, why not just make it as easy as possible to have the highest return? Like, let's work less to have more. So that's essentially what I'm doing, and what I'm helping you guys out with right now is like, we're just trying to get people in the door. We're just trying to get people around the community. We're just trying to get people like here to help you grow as a studio. And that's essentially the things that I've done today, more or less, was try to come up with different ideas to help you guys out. And took a couple of walks, read a couple of books or pages in books. Probably going to take a little more course action after this, and we'll see what we can do. But yeah, there's lots of opportunity for us to be had, and there's lots of things for us to do together. And that's why like I'm just giving you all this information for free. And then if you want to have somebody to help you stay accountable and make sure that these things are getting implemented in the right way, and you want to have a strategy or person in place that's going to help you and walk you along along with you in this journey, and it's going to do it with you, so that then once I am gone and you're like, hey, I don't want to pay him anymore or whatever it may be, then I can step out and you already have all the information that you need. So like, I'm not here to just take anything from you. I'm here to give you as much as I possibly can to make sure that you have a bigger return than you would on your own, because you could essentially spend 4, 5, 6, 7 years like I did learning about all this information, learning about sales, business, marketing, understanding why people buy and why people do the things that they do. Or you could just hire me as your personal consultant, your personal coach, that'll help you understand how we can get more yogis in the door, so that then at that point in time, like, you have the information. And I used to believe and understand that, like, courses, hiring other people to do, like hiring consultants or coaches, like, was a waste of money and time. But I'm starting to realize that it's better to hire and pay somebody to help me jump above that specific place where I was at. Otherwise, like, I can keep using my time. I can keep spending my time to be able to acquire the skill that I want to, or I could pay somebody $2,500 a month for 6 months and help him and have him help me get to that point in that 6-month time frame, which otherwise on my own, like, I may never figure out the information that I need, like how to actually create an offer, what a landing page is, how to use funnels, upsells, downsells, cross sells, all the different types of selling methods that these big businesses are using. I could never even learn about that. Two, like, I could just keep doing what I am doing, and if that's what you like doing, if you like just having your classes be filled up to 10 to 15 classes, and it's hard for you to figure out where the next yogi is going to be coming from or where the recurring revenue is coming from, then, like, by all means, like, you don't need to hire me either. I just know from my personal experience what I've been able to do from sales and my selling, like, my ability to sell, is I can drive that revenue. Like I said, like $720,000 in a given month, under just shy of $2 million in a quarter. So it's like having these capabilities to be able to do this for a business that I genuinely do enjoy tech. I just enjoy mindfulness and meditation and yoga way more, and fitness way more than tech. So it's like, if I was able to do that in an industry that I do enjoy, but then do this in another industry that I enjoy even more, and like I practice like meditation every single day, like education is like it's my bread and butter, like, who am I not to make sure that you can have that success that you want in your life or in your business and get more people in the door? And that's why, like, I have these guarantees. That's why I can give these guarantees to you, because I understand that my service will help you. Like, it will provide you more yogis to your studio. It's just a matter of, are you willing to take a chance? Like, are you willing to take a chance for something that can give you at least a 2x return on your investment? I want to have it be even more than a 2x return on your investment within the 6 months as I was talking about, or even 3 months as I was talking about. And if it does, then awesome. Like, cool, we can keep working together. If not, and we want to go our separate ways, use everything that I gave you. Use all the information. Like, there's no harm or foul. All I would ask is, like, can we just have a testimonial to read, like, an area of improvement along with maybe a referral? The referral, like, that can come or that doesn't have to come. That's really up to you. I just know that, like, women, they love practicing yoga. A lot of women like practicing yoga. A lot of men don't practice yoga because there's a discrepancy between, it seems like it's more for females, but like having, like, me going in and doing meditation and being mindful and practicing for years, like, it's completely transformed my life, and practicing that along with the gym. So that's why it's like, if we can get together essentially like gym people, gym bros, along with yogis, and combine them together, like, they'll find more balance in their life. They'll find more peace of mind. Like, they won't be stressed out or worried. Like, they'll have more calm in their head. And that's the aspect of, like, yoga that I like. That's why I'm wanting to help you guys get more yogis in. It can be women, it can be men. Like, there's multiple different ways to get people in there, and it's just about getting creative. So that's why it's like, today I saw a sign at a yoga studio at Power Yoga where they were talking about, like, so 1 week free training, or 1 week free, or whatever it may be. And it's like, okay, yeah, you get 1 week free. And that's something that you guys should do as well too, is like do 1 week free or something like that. And then from there you can upsell them on like either a private one-on-one coaching, which most of those practice, I believe, are like $150 per session or something like that. So you could do a bundle deal where it's like you buy private classes for the whole, like for the whole month or whatever it may be, instead of, what would that be, $600? We'll give it to you for $500. So then you have a guaranteed $500 right then and there for that specific yogi. And then you do that 5 times. What is that? An extra $2,500 off of a free week of yoga. So like there's these different strategies that you can use, and a lot of the yoga instructors that I have ever run into, they don't seem to have this knowledge. They don't seem to have the question of like, oh, okay, hey, like it's your first time. You did great. You want to come to the, like, I've never had a yoga instructor ask me if I wanted to do like a private one-on-one class, or like if I want to sign up for more. It was always like I start the class and it's like, hey, we're running a promo, like get X amount of classes for X amount of dollars. And it's like, okay, cool. But like that's only one aspect. So that's why it's like what I'll do for you guys is like I'll do it done for you at least at first for the first couple of months to show you what's possible. And then we can transition over to like a done with you essentially. So like if you give me your email list, you give me the list of yogis that you have right now on file, or even past yogis, like I'll reach out to them via email or call. Or if you want to do it yourself as well too, you're more than welcome to. There's an email template down below that you can check out and see if it's something that you're interested in using. It's just a small little template that you can use to send out to your yogis, asking them to bring in referrals to like into the studio. It's quite simple. You just have to input like, hey, hello so-and-so's name, and then you say like, hey, we're running this free promo for each yogi that brings in 10 new students this month gets a month of free classes, or whatever it may be. Like you can get creative with those types of things, and those are the things that I would be helping you out with if you want to have somebody help you stay accountable to that. Because being a yoga owner, and the reason why I'm helping you guys out and not doing this myself, is primarily because I'm not yoga certified. And I know sales. Like I know sales, I know how to close deals, I know how to like ask the right questions at the right time. Like everybody that I've ever talked with, and I as you can see right here, like my current director that I like the director that I have right now, he said essentially these exact words. Other people too, they've said like I outperform, like I do everything that I need to do. So like just trust that I can provide what I'm going to provide. Like, and believe that I will do what I say I'm going to do, because I want to see you guys succeed more than I do. Like, I want to see you guys have much more freedom with your business of yogis, and making sure that you're hiring the right people. Like, that's something I can help out with possibly in the future. As of right now, like, I'm primarily just going to help you out with your sales, and we'll see what we can do from there. So if you guys are interested in doing something like this, click the button down below, book a call, and I look forward to chatting with you. So have a good one.